maybe 3 or 4 minutes for them to hop on.
Okay.
But of course, they can always go back and watch the beginning of the stream. So
true. Yeah.
Absolutely. Alrighty, and we are live. Hi everyone, welcome to Live at 5. Here we are again, Tuesday evening at 5 p.m. as always. If you're joining us, great. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to be in the chat saying hello. So if you're here as well, say hey and give us a little update about what's going on with you, what's new, what you've been up to, things like that. And I will also share this on our Facebook page so we can get the word out that way. And exciting stuff tonight, guys. We are going to be drawing for the winner of the $100 Amazon gift card. Huge prize that I am personally very jealous of. I think that my name should be in the drawing 4 times because I'm always here live at 5. But it's fine. It's not for me. I'll live with it. But $100 to Amazon we're going to be drawing tonight, and we're going to do it a little bit differently. This time we've created a fun way to decide the winner. So we went in and we made if you guys have seen the Wheel of Fortune, we went in, well, really Deidre did all this. I'm not going to pretend like I did it. She went in and created a wheel, and it's got all of y'all's names on it for as many times as you attended. And so when I hit spin, it's going to completely randomize it and pick one person. And then when it picks the winner, there's like confetti and music, and it's a great time. So I am very excited about that, and we'll do that here in just a minute.
Casey, I've got exciting news to share this week that's related to Immerse. So I recently, last week actually, someone reached out to me on LinkedIn, and she had made an account just so she could connect to me. I'm her only connection on LinkedIn. She actually found me through YouTube. So I'm not going to reveal her name, but her name is, we call her Cupcake. So Cupcake was my first foster child, first foster daughter, and she's very special to me. She came into my life when she was 14 years old, and I got to spend 60 days, 2 months with her, which was awesome. And I've always wanted to know what happened. Well, she found me on YouTube and connected with me on LinkedIn. She's 22 now. Yeah, so she's 22 now, so some time has passed. And she's doing great. She's got goals to be a dental assistant, and she's going back to school for that. She just moved back to Arkansas, and she's looking for a job, so I'm going to help her find a job. So it kind of fits into what we're doing here. She's going back to school and getting a job, and she's got these goals that she wants to accomplish by the time she's 25. So I'm going to help her do it. I'm excited that I get to be with her again.
That is an amazing story. Love that. Yeah, well, if there's any way that Immerse can be of further assistance to her, let us know.
Okay.
We would love that. Oh, I see. I also want to say hey to Josh and Regina and Cheyenne. It's not letting me comment in the chat, but don't worry, I'll get it figured out here in a minute. I might just have to log in somewhere else, and that's not too big a deal. That's fine. But yeah. Oh, look, Sierra's in the waiting room. Come on in, Sierra. Hi, Sierra.
Hi.
Hey. Okay, so for you guys that are joining us, I'm gonna say it one more time. This is big news. Tonight's the night. We are going to be drawing for the winner of the $100 Amazon gift card. I'm gonna let Renika in here in just a minute. Hopefully she'll join us. If you can hear us, hey Renika. So I'm gonna share my screen. And Lindsay, I'm going to give you that permission as well so that you can have that too. Let's see. Make post. There we go. Whoop. All right, share screen. So we're going to do the drawing, guys, for the $100 to Amazon. This is a huge prize. So kind of how this works. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. What Deidre did was she made this massive wheel, okay? And it has all of your names on it, and your name is on the wheel for as many times as you attended, okay? So when I spin it, I'm just gonna hit this random thing in the middle. It's gonna land on anybody, okay? But it is totally random. So if you guys are ready, I'm gonna do it.
I'm ready.
Cool. All right. I'm doing it. And hopefully you guys can hear it. It's got like music and stuff. Oh, it's Sierra.
What a surprise.
That sucks.
Today's my lucky day. I got a job today.
Oh my God, yes. Let's go, Sierra. That's awesome. Well, you also got $100 to Amazon too. So that's a good day right there. That's good. Awesome. All right, guys. Those were pretty much all the announcements that I had. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. There we go. So check in if you guys want to. Hey, Bree. Bree just joined us. If anybody wants to check in, they can. Personally, I don't have anything to check in with because my life is the same, but I'm not complaining. So
I want to check in.
yes, go for it.
Okay. I'm Renika. Anyways, but yeah, I got a new car. I just got a new car, and I just well, my baby due next month, so still waiting on that. And shoes, you know, when I first, you know, Casey, we got a lot of history, you know, starting off, you know, I you know, had a whole lot of struggles, you know, I've been homeless for a lot. Most of the time you knew me, but you know, we've been steadily keeping our, you know, our living situation steady. We've been paying our rent on time every month, like at least for, I know this is probably gonna be our 5th or 6th month staying in our house. So yeah, we been doing pretty good.
That's amazing. That's one of the best check-ins I've ever heard, for real. Yeah, you guys have just like taken life in your own hands, and you're doing the thing, and y'all are doing an awesome job. We can't wait to meet your baby whenever they get here. And obviously congratulations on the car, because that's a huge deal too. But obviously super happy for you and all of the awesome things you guys are doing. And we're glad you're here tonight. And yellow looks really good on you also.
Thank you.
So yeah, awesome. Well, it's gonna be hard for anyone to follow that up. But yeah, if there's anybody else wants to check in, we can take a minute to do that. Probably not. Okay. If you guys do want to check in, just put in the chat. We'll get back with you. But yeah, with that, I'm going to kick it over to Lindsay.
All right, great. Thank you, Casey. For tonight, we're talking about goal setting. And no matter where you are at in your life, you're probably thinking about your goals, right? And what's your future look like? What are you doing right now? What are you doing this week? What are you doing today? So we're going to talk about how to set goals and achieve those goals. But first, some of you were with us last week at Live at 5. I see a couple of familiar faces and names. So we challenged you last week in our branding workshop to come up with an adjective for yourself or a skill for yourself. So I want to see comments in the Zoom or comments in the chat. If anybody can, maybe you thought about it, you took a week. I know, Casey, you were working on your personal motto, but does anybody have an update on what makes them unique? What unique skills do they have? And any adjectives that they would use to describe about themselves?
You said what makes us unique?
Yes.
What make me unique is just the fact that I'm a blunt person, and I'm a really straightforward person. I tell it like it is, and like if I like, and then I try, with people, even if I, I'm feeling some type of way about somebody, sometimes I, won't show it because, I try to keep everybody, feeling comfortable. So that I feel like that's unique because like, I guess I'm a caring person.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a considerate person. And Casey shared with us last week that she's a compassionate person, and those things are very similar. So it sounds like you have compassion for others and you're a considerate person, even though you're direct. You're direct, you respect yourself, but you also respect others, right?
Right.
That's great. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Does anybody have anything else to add before we go on to our goal setting tonight? Sierra is unique because she's got $100 in her pocket and a new job.
No.
All right. Okay, let's get started. So crushing it, how to set and achieve your goals. So I'm going to share a quote with you that I found a couple of years ago. I love it. It really resonates with me. So I'm hoping it resonates with you. A goal without a plan is just a wish. So think about that. Think about maybe you've thought of, I want to get a job. I want to be a manager. I want to make $1,000. I want a new car. Those are wishes until you have a plan to make it happen.
Right.
Without a plan, you're never going to get there. And that's the difference between a goal and a wish. So anytime you're thinking about, well, I want to go back to school, great. I want to get a job, great. What's your plan to get there? And if you don't know, you have support. Immerse being your number one cheerleader to help you make that happen. So there's 3 types of goals. The process goal, this is what you can control. This would be like you saying, I'm going to get up on time every day this week. Or I'm going to eat breakfast every day this week. Or I'm going to work out 3 times this week. I'm going to apply for 10 jobs this week. Those are things that you can control. You've got a number, a process, you're going to do something to make something happen. That's part of your plan. The performance goals, you can't control as much, but you can control something. This is about like the grades you're getting at school. This is about when you're in a conversation and you disagree with someone, your goal is to respect them as much as you respect yourself. Your goal could be staying in your household, paying your bills on time for 6 months. Those are things that you can somewhat control, but there might be other things outside of you that you might not be able to control. You can't control if you have a job somewhere and they go out of business, or they have to change their hours because of COVID, or your rent goes up and now you're out of a job and you can't control to make your rent. So there are some things that you can't control, but there are some things you can. An outcome. So this is based on your achievement, and this is limits you put on yourself. So I shared with you that I've had someone come back in my life. She's 22, and by the time she's 25, She wants to have a degree or certificate because she can take that with her no matter what happens in her life. Nobody can take that knowledge from her. And she wants to have a steady job. She got 3 years to make that happen. And so she's put that pressure on herself because she's looking for an outcome and a better future. That's an outcome goal. So a method that a lot of people talk about are SMART goals. So SMART actually stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. You need all of these to make a wish into a goal. You need these as part of your plan. So to be specific, your goals should be very clear and specific. Your goals need to be measurable so you can track your progress. You need to know how you're doing it. If you want to lose 5 pounds, how are you going to know if you're not getting on the scale and tracking your progress? Attainable. You have to be able to be within your limits. What are your current resources? What does your future look like? You know, I might want to run for president, but probably not going to happen. I want to be a gold medalist, probably not going to happen. They have to be attainable. They have to be relevant. You've got to want this. That's the number one thing. If you want a goal, if you want that to happen, that's probably the biggest driver. Is it has to be relevant and worthwhile to you. It has to fit into what you want for your future self. And time-based. Hardly any better motivator you can find than a deadline. You know, you might have 6 months to do something, but the day before it's due, it's like, okay, now it's now or never. Time is so important. Otherwise, life gets in the way, right? We're going to break each of these down. So S is for specific. When you are making your goals specific, ask yourself these 5 W questions. What is it that you want to accomplish? Why is that important to you? Who do you need to make that happen? Can you do that on your own, or are you going to need others to help you make that happen? And maybe it's friends, your family, your support system, or maybe it's your boss. Maybe it's a hiring manager. You know, you need a hiring manager to get a job, right? Where is it located? If you have limitations to transportation, you might be limited to the bus schedule, or you know, someone in your household that can take you around. So you maybe have to rely on others to get you to your job. What resources or limits are involved? How much money? Transportation? Do you have time? What do you need to make that happen? You got to be specific. So you can imagine that you have a job, you're working as a hostess at a restaurant, but you want to become a server. Servers make tips, right? You can't make tips as a hostess. So you're working at a restaurant as a hostess, and you're like, this is temporary. I got a job. That's step 1, but I want to be a server. So you need to think about, the goal can't be, I want to be a server. That's not specific enough. The goal has to be, I need to earn the training and experience required to become a server, because that's specific. Becoming a server is very vague, it's abstract. So what skills do I need to become a server? And is there training required to make that happen? Okay, measurable. You have to be able to track your progress. One, if like for losing like 5 pounds, you lose 2 pounds, you're like, heck yeah, whatever I'm doing is working. And you get motivated and excited. You get to celebrate those little wins along the way. Or if your goal is to lose 5 pounds and you go out for like pizza and ice cream, whatever, over the weekend, and you slip, and then you get on the scale on Monday and you gain 1 pound, now you know you need to like course correct. You need to go take it back to what you were doing before. So it needs to be measurable, that way you can track your progress. You can't track your progress to become a server. If you're a hostess, you're either a server or you're not. there's no progress. But if you say, I need to acquire the skills and the experience, okay, I need to take a 2-day training course. I need to have experience for 2 months, 60 days, 90 days. And then I can apply for the server position. Now you can track that, right? You've got a number that you can work toward. So you can ask yourself, how much, how many, But here's the question is, how will you know when you accomplish that goal? Otherwise, you're just like a hamster in a wheel. You're just like chasing and chasing and chasing. You need to define for yourself, how will you know when you made it? A is for attainable. Be kind to yourself. Be realistic. You know, we all have limitations. So a goal needs to be something that stretches you a bit. It can't be easy because that's not satisfying. It can't be like, oh, I'm going to apply for 1 job today. Okay, maybe that's attainable for you, but could you apply for 3? Could you apply for 5? So think about, okay, what can you do? And then how can you stretch yourself a little bit, but not too far that you fail before you ever get started. Don't say, I'm going to apply for 20 jobs today. That would be exhausting and probably impossible to do well. You might be able to do it, but you're not going to do it well. So you need to strike that balance. So when you have A is for attainable, you have to ask yourself, how can I accomplish this? You, with the resources you have currently, how can you accomplish this? And how realistic is it? Based on your financial constraints, your geography, the resources you have access to, how realistic is it? So you might say, okay, I want to ask, I have to develop these skills to become a server, but is that realistic? Do I have the time to do that? Do I have the transportation to get to that training class? Are there other outside forces that are going to prevent me from getting those skills and qualifications? Has to be relevant to you. This goes back to respect. Don't just do something because you feel like you have to do it. Do something because it's going to help the future self. You need this to get where you want to be in life. You need, maybe it's not the job you want to take, but you need that job to get a better job to be where you want to be in life. It has to matter to you. Don't just say yes and it not be meaningful. So it doesn't seem worthwhile. Maybe now's not the right time. You know, maybe it is worthwhile, but not right now. You need to wait like another 6 months. You know, if you're trying to go back to school, but you need to save money from school, maybe that's your goal. I'm going to earn enough money to go back to school in the fall. I know how much I need to make. So that's something I want to do. It's worthwhile to me, but I can't do it right now. Does it align with your efforts and your needs from others? So, you know, if you've got a family, how is this going to affect them? Or if you're trying to start a family, that's a big deal. Being a new parent, that's huge, right? Such an exciting time. That also affects what you're able to do, right? So you've got to think about like, what are you going to be able to do? And what does your family need, right? So like thinking about, who do you live with? Who do you take care of? Who are your significant others? What are your goals? Does this fit into that? And then also, are you the right person? You know, it might be really cool to be president. That sounds like a great job, but I'm probably not the right person to do that because I don't know enough about politics and the law. So I'm probably not the right person. So after you become a server, let's say you started as a hostess and you become a server and you want to become a manager, right? Oh, manager makes more money. Okay. Maybe you don't really like people. Maybe you don't like to manage people. Maybe you can't work those long hours. Like working as a server, those are long hours. Becoming a manager, those are like really long hours. And if you've got a family, you might not be able to do that. So think about like what you're capable of as you're thinking about the next step in your goals. T is for time-based. Like I said, a deadline is so motivating, right? Like you might have a week to do something or whatever, but like when you're up against it, that's when you're going to get it done. And a target date does that. So set a deadline for yourself. By the end of this week, I'm going to do this. By the end of today, I'm going to do this. You can ask yourself, what am I going to do 6 months from now? 6 weeks from now? What can I do today to work on that goal? Okay, well, I'll research 5 jobs. I'll go and get on Craigslist and try to find 10 cars that I want because I need a car to get to my job. Or I'm going to go look at college programs. I'm going to look at 3. I can do that today. And maybe in 6 months, I can earn enough money to get into that school or take the classes I need. So make it time-based so you have a deadline. Otherwise, what's going to happen if you don't want to go back to school, that's great. But if you don't give yourself by when, your whole life, we all get busy, right? We're all busy. We can make ourselves really busy. And before you know it, 6 months have passed and life got in the way. And now you're back to square one. You're no further than you are today. So give yourself a deadline. In addition to the SMART method, a support system goes a long way. You need to figure out who's your cheerleader, who's going to support you and push you. We all need to be pushed. I need to be pushed all the time. I've got people in my life that when I'm feeling tired, if I'm not really feeling up to something, they push me. They push me or they encourage me. I need both. When I want to quit, they need to push me so I don't quit. When I doubt myself and I don't know that I can do it, I need them to build me up so that I can have the confidence to do it. So you need your cheerleader to keep you accountable. Another really good tip, this works for a lot of people, is to make your goal public. Announce it on social media. Let all your friends know. Let your inner circle know. I'm doing this by this date. This is happening. This is what I'm going to make it a SMART goal. I am doing exactly this by this time. I know I can do it because of this. This is what I want in life. And I've got 4 weeks to make it happen. So do that, but announce it to the world. And then you feel that extra pressure, right? If you just keep your goal to yourself, you're just letting yourself down. That's a little bit easier. But if you share your goals with people that you love and care about, they're going to ask, how you doing? How is it going? And you're going to feel that pressure to get it done, to see through on your plan, right? You don't want to disappoint anybody else. So make sure you have an accountability partner. And if you can, make your goal public. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to do that. Casey doesn't know I'm doing this. I'm going to give everybody who is listening right now an opportunity to create a SMART goal and to make it public. So if you come to Live at 5 next week, or if you figure out a way to get your SMART goal to Casey by next week, Live at 5, and even if you're watching this and you're not live with us right now, anybody that comes to me with a SMART goal related to their career or their education or their home life, you come to me with a SMART goal, I will give you a $20 gift card to any store you want. That's all you got to do. So if you don't remember everything that SMART stands for, go back and look. You'll have these presentation slides, so you can go back and look. You've got a week to get it. I'll pay you $20 if you give me a SMART goal.
That's awesome. I hope y'all do it. I'm gonna do it. You don't have to give me a gift card. It's cool, I get it. But yeah, you guys should do it.
You get one too. No, anybody.
Really?
Anybody. Casey, you too.
You don't have to. You definitely don't have to, because I'm here.
I'm doing it.
But okay. It's gonna be David's Burgers. I'm telling you right now. That's where I'm gonna want to be. But yeah.
And I'll tell you, you're gonna want to do this. You're gonna want to do this not just for the $20, but there's gonna be another prize, another reward when you follow through on it. So I'm gonna give you $20 now, and when you accomplish your goal, I'm gonna give you more because I believe in everybody.
Regina may be at work, is what she said in the chat.
She what? Regina what?
Regina might be at work next week during this time.
Okay, if you can't make it to Live at 5, get your information to Casey. Casey, yep. Does everyone know how to get a hold of you?
I will put my number in the chat here on Zoom. Okay. Well, yeah, that'll be better.
Okay.
I'll put it here on Zoom in the chat, and then on the YouTube channel, I will put my number as well. So yeah, you guys, if it's easiest for you to text me, you can do that. If it's easiest for you to call me and tell me, you can do that too. Doesn't really matter. I'll leave it up to you.
And have your sister
Okay.
ask you.
Yep, you can do that too.
Okay, so even if you can't make it, we'll still hook you up. You got a week to think about it. All right, y'all, that's all I had. I've challenged you. We'll see who follows through. And I look forward to seeing what you come up with next time.
Oh, whoops. I was trying to talk. I think I muted myself. Did y'all hear me?
No.
Okay, oops. Well, I just said thanks, Lindsay. If you guys have any questions or comments, let us know. Lindsay, I thought about it. Also, my computer does this thing where if I'm talking, it mutes everybody else. It's kind of rude. So if you are talking and you are not being heard, I'm sorry. It's probably just because I'm talking. But yeah, last week we talked about personal brands and your life model or life motto, excuse me. I thought of mine. It kind of requires a little bit of explanation. But when I first started at Immerse, one of my supervisors wrote me like this little poem about showing up. And basically, I think that would be my motto, which is show up. And that means a lot of things. Showing up is the bare minimum. It's just being there and being present. But it also can mean showing up, like actually showing up, like being intentional, putting in the work, doing what has to be done. So I feel like it kind of maintains that balance of if all you can give is the bare minimum because that's where you're at, that's okay. But if it's time for you to pour in a little bit more, then that's good too. So I don't know if I explained that well, but that would be my motto that I came up with is show up.
I love that. So good.
I wasn't here for last class, but a motto for me, and I'm thinking like this would like it's a good thing for a goal too, like when you're trying to reach your goals or whatever, like patience, being patient, because that's something that I'm just now trying to learn, and I'm still struggling with it, but like patience, because I had to learn like a lot of my goals that I just couldn't get accomplished on time, just like my home situation and my vehicle situation. Like I was thinking, okay, I got this goal, I'm gonna get my vehicle, I'm gonna get my house, and then like if it didn't happen like it, if like I as fast as I wanted it to, then I was just gonna just blow up and okay, and but I just had to learn that, you know, it's not gonna come like I wanted to, it's not gonna come the next day. Set your goal, be patient with it, and you know, it'll make it a lot easier too. And in life.
So true. Yeah, be kind to yourself, right? You can be kind to yourself and give yourself a break when things don't happen exactly as planned.
Right.
Yeah, I love that. I actually had to tell myself today to be patient and slow down because I wanted all these things to happen at once. And I was like, it's impossible. It's not going to happen. Sometimes you just got to be patient and give some things time to work. So I was actually telling myself that exact same thing earlier today. So I'm glad you shared that, Renika. That's really valuable information. It's good.
Thank you. Give me this. Thank you.
We got any other questions or comments? Those of y'all tuning in on YouTube, put it in the chat if you want to. Oh, there's Rakaya. Hey, girl.
Thank you, Ryan.
What? Oh my gosh, both. So well, they look so much alike, but they're both so grown.
Yeah.
I thought Naraya was still gonna be a baby. She's a toddler now. Oh my gosh.
Come on.
What has happened to time? I'm convinced it's not even real at this point. Look at those beautiful girls. Hey guys, how's it going? Hey.
I want so much fun.
I'm having a hard time hearing, but I know what they're saying is adorable. I can tell by looking.
She said something about some fun.
Oh, good. Good. That is awesome.
Okay, go back in there with daddy.
All right, so Regina says she's got no questions. If you guys are good, we can go ahead and wrap up. Trying to think of anything else to say on Immerse's end. Any announcements? I think next month we're gonna be doing an Uber gift card, $100 Uber gift card. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. I will find out for sure. But yeah, that's all for me. So Lindsay, anything before we close out?
Nope. I'm looking forward to next week, y'all.
Cool. Me too. All right, guys. Well, you stay safe. Remember to text me with your SMART goal between now and next week. I don't have all of y'all's numbers, so I would remind you guys to text me, but I don't have everyone's numbers. So I'm going to leave it up to y'all to get back to me this time. Okay. All right. I will catch you guys. Oh, Renika unmuted. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna tell you, I'm just gonna text you real quick.
Okay, perfect. That'll be good.
Okay.
All righty, you guys. Stay safe, and we will catch you guys next week.